Okay, so we start here. Thank you so much for joining. So this is a session being organized by Subhagaltech and Life Code Proteomics. This session is on how to start your own IUI clinic. My name is Sohan Sahu, and I'm representing Subhagaltech. Subhagaltech is a private limited company registered in Mumbai, currently focusing into infertility. Onkar, if you can introduce Life Code and yourself.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Onkar Nalawade from LifeCode Proteomics. We are based out of Pune. So we specialize in setting up and supporting IUI clinics, IVF labs, and all other kinds of labs. So today in this session, we are excited to introduce all to some advanced technologies and instruments like AndroWash and CASA, and how they can help you achieve great, even better success rate in your IUI, and how it can help you differentiate your practice from others in this rapidly growing infertility market.
Thank you so much, Onkar. Talking about the regulations, so this is the foremost important thing. Before we start any practice, especially in the field of infertility, is very, very important that we understand the applicable regulation. So as you might already know that the ART Act 2021 is already in place. It was implemented in 2022 January, and now it has become mandatory for all the infertility services providers, especially the clinics and banks, to get themselves registered as an ART entity. So let me take you through the regulation. So this is a quick snapshot of how the ART Act, the ART regulation got implemented. It was cleared by the Parliament in December 2021, and in January 2022, it was enacted, and 20th of April 2022, the registry became operational, and from then onwards, the registration process started. And by March 31st, 2023, it became mandatory all across India to get the certificate, the license done. So I'll not go into much details of the Act. We'll share the documents if you are interested to understand more about the details of the regulation. We can share the ART Act and Rules document. Quickly, I'll take you through the registry, national registry, where we have to go and register. Okay, so anyone who is either doing IUI already or planning to start IUI clinic, the first step is get yourself registered as an ART clinic. And when we are talking about doing IUI and other basic procedures, even like the ovulation induction and all, up to IUI, so it's level one clinic. And when we are doing everything, including IVF, it's level 2 clinic. So irrespective of that, the first step towards setting up any clinic is first get the registration done. So here, after going into the registry, we have to sign up, fill all the details. Basically, we are creating login ID and password here. And then with that, once that is verified, we have to log in here. And once we log in, we see different forms. So there is a form 1 for ART clinics, irrespective of whether it's level 1 or level 2, it's a common form. So that we need to fill and submit. And once that is done, we have to take print out of that submitted application, then visit the state appropriate authority. So typically it is a PCP entity office or the CMO office. There you need to go, they give you a challan format. With that, you go to the SBI branch. Typically there is one particular branch in every city who collects the government fees. There you have to pay fees of, for level 1 clinic, we have to pay fees of 50,000 rupees. And for level 2, it's 2 lakh rupees. So we'll be just focusing into level 1 in this session. So once you pay the fees of 50,000 rupees, you have to again go back to the PCP entity or CMO office from where you have got the challan format. So you have to submit the payment acknowledgement and the the submitted application. So that completes your application process. And post that, in next 30 days, the inspection authority, the state ART authority is supposed to visit your premises for inspection, and they decide acceptance or rejection. So in next 30 days, either you get your license or rejection. And if you get rejection, you can go back and appeal and all the legal procedure if you want to chase. Otherwise, if you talk about level 1, there are very less chances of getting rejection as the requirements are minimal. So now I'll be taking you through the requirements. Going back to the presentation again. So mandatory equipment, if I talk about IUI clinic, that is level 1 clinic. So it's centrifuge, microscope, and refrigerator. These are mandatory. And as a good laboratory practice, we can also have laminar airflow, test tube warmer, incubator, and also when we talk about good laboratory practice, so along with microscope, it's also good to have computer assisted semen analyzer if our budget permits. Okay, again, so another point which we need to keep in mind is, so I mentioned about equipment. Another important thing is ensuring the availability of staff. So in case of level 1 clinic, the requirement is to have a gynecologist. That's the only requirement mentioned. And when how the gynecologist is defined in the regulation, so it says the gynecologist should be a medical postgraduate in obstetrics and gynecology. So that's the requirement. So with that, once you have the appropriate staff and equipment, the centrifuge, microscope, and refrigerator, you can apply for the registration. And me and Omkar from Life Code Proteomics will help you setting up your andrology lab. So I will talk about androwash centrifuge later. So let us first hear from Omkar how the CASA can help in andrology lab, how to set up the andrology lab, and ultimately how we can increase the success of IUI. So Omkar, over to you. Please take us through the CASA.
Okay, thank you, Sohan sir. So now I'll be introducing all with CASA. The CASA is computer assisted semen analyzer. So this is a picture, the how typically a system of CASA looks like. So it consists of a computer that is connected to a high definition medical camera, which is connected to a trinocular microscope. So this is the whole set of CASA. So the workflow is something like you have to just take 10 microliter of liquefied semen sample, load it onto a slide, and put the slide onto the microscope under 20x lens. Then you have to just click 4 pictures of the semen fields, sperm fields, only 4 pictures like you do on your mobile phone. And that gives you the result, which is the most advanced report there is available in the market as of today. So why typically CASA is needed? So I'll just quickly share my screen. Yes. So as I told you all, it only needs 4 fields, and within 10 seconds, it analyzes every sperm in each field. So there may be thousands of sperms in every field. So 9 parameters of each and every sperms are calculated individually along with its velocities, and then the system, CASA system, bifurcates those sperms into A, B, C, D class. That is highly progressive, slow progressive, sluggish, and immotile. So as you know, for IUI applications or IVF applications, you need to know the exact percentages of progressive motility, that is A and B class. So no other system than CASA can give you the accurate analysis of the percentages of A and B classes. So the CASA system is based on artificial intelligence and machine learning and image processing technology. So it is the most advanced solution available in the market as of now. It provides detailed insights into sperm health, so which ultimately aids in accurate diagnosis and treatment planning. So as you know, the semen analysis has a lot of variability associated with it. If you send the same semen sample to 4 labs, you will get probably different result from all 4 labs. So here there is no as such standardization which is there right now. So CASA is the solution which can standardize everything, which can produce reproducible results and reliable results, which will ultimately help you as a clinician to plan the treatment accordingly. So this is the quick stat in which the clinics which make use of CASA are having almost 20% higher accuracy in diagnosis and treatment. So yes, now what are the unique features of CASA? So as you know, in manual microscopy, you cannot really know the exact percentages or the bifurcation of the sperms. You can just approximately assume that class A is this much, class B is this much, and C and D and are having this much percentages. But with CASA, you exactly know the A and B class. So when you plan on starting an IUI clinic, so if you're having a CASA at your clinic, so before doing IUI, that is pre-wash, you can just check the raw semen sample with CASA. You get to know the A and B classes, that is progressive motility percentage of that particular sample. And post-wash, you can reanalyze the sample and you can exactly know like what was the now if the after IUI whether the A and B class have improved or not, and if improved, what are the exact percentages. So this is something that can differentiate you from other clinics who are doing IUI. No other clinic can have this quality or this feature without CASA. Now, one more thing is CASA. How does it analyze? So it captures every sperm in the field and it captures its kinetic energy and accordingly it bifurcates. Then the advanced feature of CASA is acrosomal morphology and vitality. Now, the typical morphology, the microscopic morphology that you do, in that you see the head, tail, neck of the sperm, but you do not know the acrosome. Actually, in simple terms, the acrosome is the radar of the sperm. So even if superficially in microscopy, if a sample seems normal to you, but you may have some cases in which the concentration is around 15 million, 20 million, but you are not getting the success as you desire in IUI. So one of the most common reasons is acrosomal morphology failure. So in CASA, you get to know the exact acrosomal morphology. In this, you can get 19 types of different defects with that you can analyze and report. Now comes the vitality. Now vitality comes in a scenario where the class C and D or class D of in a semen sample, that is immotile class, is very high. So there's a common practice that many of the labs assume that when the sperms are immotile, they are dead. It is wrong actually. Those are immotile. To know whether actually they are alive or dead, we have to conduct vitality study, and that can be done through CASA. And the top end version of the CASA has DNA fragmentation analysis as well. This is based on sperm chromatin dispersion assay, SCD assay. So through DNA fragmentation, as you all know, it is a gold standard test. So you can actually gauge the potential of a particular semen sample, and you can take treatment decisions accordingly, whether to proceed with this particular sample or not, whether your patient is improving or not, or you should go with a donor. So this accurate decision making that can be done through help of the CASA. CASA is a WHO recommended technology. It provides objective, repeatable, and precise measurements of semen parameters. So it has a really attractive and comprehensive 5-page report format, which I'll just show now. So now CASA and AndroWash. So how the combination can help you achieve greater IUI success rates. So as I told you, the pre-wash and post-wash application is the most important here, because you know what was the progressive motility percentage pre-wash and what was the progressive motility percentage post-wash. You are having the images of that, you are having the video of that, so you can consult the patient accordingly. If you want, you can show the video to the patient as well, that this was the raw semen sample of which we did IUI, we processed it, and this was the high quality semen sample that we got after conducting IUI. So that actually helps you in consultation, as well as whatever you are showing to the patient, it is evidence based. So that record is going to stay with you in our software. Those videos, photos are going to be there. So as you know, you can no clinics right now are offering such kind of services, because CASA is growing day by day. It is a matter of awareness right now. So if you start with CASA and Andro Wash, you will be differentiating yourself from others. I'll just quickly show you the some of the reports that we got with Andro Wash and CASA. So this is a demo that I did last week. So as you can see, this is a video of a pre-wash sample. So in this video, you can see the count is not that much. Motility is also not that much. So by making use of Andro wash, we wash the semen sample using double density gradient method, and the result which we achieved were fantastic. So this was the post wash sample. As you can see, the motility has increased by a huge margin, and most of the sperms you can see here are progressively motile. So this is the result which we got by making use of Andro wash, and we are confident that no other system in the market can give such awesome results right now. And this was the video. I'll show you the report. So this is a CASA report. This is a raw semen sample report. So this is pre-wash report. In this, you can see here, progressive motility was 8.2%, which has to be more than 32% according to WHO norms. And total motility was 45.6%. So this is a pre-wash report. And now if you see post-wash, the motility which we got was progressive. Earlier it was 8.2. What we got post-wash was 53.2. So a staggering increase of 45% almost. And total motility was 46%, 45.6. And post-wash it was 87.5. So, and again, if you want to see now how many of those are highly progressive or progressively motile, so that is out of this is a class A and B. Class A is highly progressive, class B is slow progressive. So 40.8 and 12.4. Pre-wash it was 2.6 and 5.6. So you can see there is a huge difference of progressive motility after making use of Andro wash. So, and again, the sperm field report is actual sperm field is shown like this in the report itself. You can share the video to the patient as well. And along with that, for morphology and DNA fragmentation, I'll quickly show the report format that we are having. As I told you, the morphology. In the morphology, we can identify and analyze all these kinds of defects. These are 19 defects in total, along with physical defects of head, tail, neck, and the acrosomal morphology as well. And then comes DNA fragmentation analysis. So this is the report format for DNA fragmentation and all the images that we capture. So the first and second is these are the morphology images, acrosomal morphology. These two are vitality. The green ones are live, red ones are dead. And this is DNA fragmentation analysis. So based on SCD, sperm chromatin dispersion assay. So big halo, degraded, small halo, and medium. So big and medium are non-fragmented cells. Small and degraded are the fragmented cells.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Omkar. I think
yeah.
it's a great explanation how the CASA can help improve the overall success rate of IUI. Okay. So just to summarize, what is important for the success of IUI? So it starts from the diagnosis itself. So we have to be very much sure that we are doing the diagnosis in right manner. And when we are talking about infertility, and especially the male infertility, it's very important that we use a standard method for semen analysis, and that is where the CASA comes. Though we can do that by manual method, by using a microscope, sperm counting chamber and all. But again, as Omkar mentioned, so if you send the sample to 4 different labs, you may get 4 different results. And that even I have noticed that I have been interacting with various labs, the technicians. So this is the huge, I'll say, a big problem. They are not properly trained. They might be doing just after getting some basic trainings. So it's very important that we understand the technicality of the analysis. We understand the WHO recommendation. So if I talk about the labs overall, so we should have a good semen analysis setup. And then post that, we should definitely have a good sperm washing setup. So for semen analysis, if you have CASA, so nothing better than that. And similarly, for sperm washing, so as you might have also noticed that for you, if you are a gynecologist, the participants here, if you're gynecologist, so you understand that in the whole process of IUI, sperm washing is very, very critical. And unfortunately, that's not the key area of the gynecologist. That is being taken care by, if I talk about the IVF clinics, so it's the embryologist who takes care of this. But in case of IUI clinic, since we don't need embryologist technically, because we have to do sperm washing and the oocyte handling is not required. So anyway, the IUI clinics don't have the embryologist, so we are dependent upon the technicians. So it's very, very important that we have a standard method. Okay, so that is where the AndroWash machine comes. So AndroWash is especially designed for sperm washing as per WHO guideline, and that makes sure that you do the sperm washing in right manner. So here I will stop, and so I think we are done from our side on the discussion. So now we are open for question answers. Chandan, are the participants able to unmute themselves? And
yes, they can. Dr. Pallavi, Shekhar Gumatkar, you can ask if you have any question, and we will be happy to answer your questions. Dr. Pallavi Chinde.
Dr. Pallavi, are you able to hear us?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Actually, due to some issue, I couldn't attend whole session. One thing I want to ask you, I'm a BMS gynecologist, BMS MS. So can I have this setup with me?
We can do one thing. Please send me your qualification certificates. I'll get confirmation from the appropriate person. Mostly, as per my understanding, should be enough. Basically, the requirement says that you have to be a medical postgraduate in obstetrics and gynecology. It doesn't say whether MBBS or BMS, but anyway, so it's better we get confirmation from the appropriate person.
Yeah. Okay.
Please send me the details. I'll get confirmation on your behalf.
Yes. I completed my MS in OBGY, but my UG degree is BMS. So
Okay.
yeah.
Please share your certificates. I'll get confirmation.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other question from your side?
No, sir.
Okay.
And where do you practice, Dr. Pallavi?
In Pune.
In Pune. Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Shekhar, you have any questions? I think you have some problem with your mic. We are not able to hear you.
Can I have recording of this session, sir?
Yeah, you'll get it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So if no more questions, then we can close the session. If you have any questions, so you already have contact details of our representatives. Okay. If you have any question, you can reach out to them, and they will connect you with me or Omkar as required. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Pallavi. Please put your feedback in TopNet where you have registered. Even you, Dr. Shekhar, also. Please put your feedback. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah.